Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's good to see you. This is a reading for Cancer sun signs, or if you have significant Cancer placements in your chart and are needing a masculine energy to work with or balance within yourself, or if you're just feeling called to this reading for whatever reason, there may be a message in here for you. So Cancer, it's not an easy reading today. There's actually kind of a lot of difficult energies in this one. So if it's not resonating with you, don't take it. It's not yours. Find a different reading to go watch. So bottom of the deck, we're starting off here with the bear, which says danger, especially in money matters. And then you have underneath that, the broken wishbone. A wish will not be granted. So just to start with that, it's a difficult situation, right? So it could be tied to your financial abundance in some way, right? There's difficulty in terms of your abundance or your financial situation or money related matters. And it's the bottom of this deck, you have here 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands, right? A lot of burden. Especially with this 10 of Pentacles, I see this one as being sort of like you've reached the highest point that you can go in this matter. So it's kind of like it's time to pack up and move on to something else. That's what this card talks to me about. But there may be kind of struggle within that decision is kind of how it's feeling. Because you have here the 9 of Pentacles, right? Which, like, coming out after the 10 of Pentacles like this is kind of telling me like there's maybe some sort of independent kind of journey that you're having to go on. But making that decision is difficult is what's coming through here. So that's the overall context. The first two cards to come out here, we have the Mountain and the Mice. So the Mountain says a major challenge to overcome, and the Mice says discord among friends or family. So it could be just in terms of like within your family, right? The 10 of Pentacles can also represent that. It might not necessarily be in terms of your abundance. It could just be like whatever's around you right now, whatever is in a 10 of Pentacles sort of moment, whatever you've manifested to this point, some sort of discord, right? Between friends and family or friends or family. I feel like Cancer, you're almost in the middle of this is kind of how it's feeling. I don't necessarily feel that the conflict is with you, like you're, because of the other cards are coming out, but it's like you're in the middle. Perhaps you're being pulled in two different directions, and there's like, that's what the challenge is. It's like, what are people asking you to pick a side? That might be kind of a tricky issue. So anyways, here you have the King of Wands, the 10 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups. So I feel like this is not your energy, the King of Wands. I feel like this is somebody like they have some sort of authority within this situation, right? So it's kind of like a boss or like the head of the family or something like that, right? That's what this person is representing. You have here the 10 of Cups and then the 4 of Cups. It's interesting because this 10 of Cups came out underneath the Mice, right? And so another 10 in the cards today, lots of meaning. I feel like whatever the situation is feels like it's reached some sort of, it's not going any further, right? It's kind of like this is the completion kind of energy. You don't have the 10 of Swords out. So again, I feel like it's not necessarily your issue is what this is feeling like, but you're in the middle of it, right? It's like, this was a happy family perhaps, or there was a lot of harmony and peace and satisfaction here, but it seems like there's one individual here with the 4 of Cups, right? Sorry, I'm just getting something else now. This is a card about dissatisfaction. So it could be that you perceive this situation as being very harmonious, but there's somebody here who's not seeing it that way. They're seeing it as being a 4 of Cups situation. This is not satisfying. It's almost like they're taking this cup and pouring it out, right? They're just saying, okay, that's enough. I've reached this point. I'm gonna move on to something else, maybe, like something like that. There's somebody within this dynamic who's feeling that way. With the mice card, this one here is feeling unsatisfied with the situation for whatever reason that is, right? And perhaps that's causing discord, because maybe you don't know why it is that they are experiencing this, but it's kind of like, I was getting here, like, when before, like, a ship leaves, like in sort of like the medieval times, right? There's like a ship on the dock, and if you see all of a sudden all the mice or all the rats or all the vermin that have been living in the ship, if they leave the ship before that ship takes off, it's kind of like almost like a like a warning sign of something negative about that journey that's gonna take place, right? It's kind of like that, which is interesting because the next card out is the finger card, which talks about warning you of a problem either now or in the future. And especially because it's coming through with all of this, like, somebody's packing up and leaving this situation. And perhaps that might be a sign for you, Cancer, that maybe you want to consider doing that. Like, maybe you're already considering that, but it's like you haven't done it yet, or it's like whatever that is. It's like somebody's packing up and leaving, perhaps going on an independent journey, or like just more individual, perhaps, like they're wanting to be not a part of this group anymore, is kind of how it's coming through for whatever reason. And it's like perhaps they're even trying to warn you about something that may be tied to this situation, that maybe you are also sort of feeling perhaps the warning signs of it already, but it's kind of like, I feel like you're still sort of happy where you are, is kind of how this, for the time being anyway, that's kind of what's coming through. So I feel like maybe you're trying to figure out what it is that this person is doing, like the one who's leaving a situation, and why it is that they're feeling dissatisfied in it. Because the next cards that are coming out here, so you have quite a few to describe this person, is what it's coming through as. So it may be that the reason why it's focusing so much on this is because I feel like you are in this Two of Swords. So you have the Two of Swords that came out twice, right? Which is talking about a stalemate. But what I love about the After Tarot for the Two of Swords is that it's showing that the stalemate's not really within you. It's kind of like there are two people in your surroundings that are having a disagreement or something like that. And it's like, which side do I choose, right? It could be something like that. I feel like, and again, you can't pick, it's not even like, I feel like there's not even somebody who's, I don't know. Is somebody trying to get you to pick sides? I don't know if that's true for you, Cancer. Anyways, a lot of swords in your spread today. So anyways, so we have here the Cancer, sorry, not the Cancer, the whoever this other person is that's leaving is what I'm seeing this as, the Five of Pentacles and the Hermit. So because it's coming out like this, it's like this person here, whoever is dissatisfied in this situation, what they're saying is kind of like, I would rather leave and be in a Five of Pentacles than stay here, is what they're saying, which is a really strong opinion to have, is kind of how it's coming through to you, maybe, right? It's like they're perhaps taking a risk, because you do have here the Fool coming out after the Hermit. It's like they've reached some sort of conclusion about this situation, that it's not satisfying, and that they'd rather be perhaps in this period of a Five of Pentacles energy, right? Not having a lot, being on the outside of something, perhaps like enduring some sort of loss of resources in some way, rather than stay in a situation that they're dissatisfied in, right? They're pouring out the cup. They're not participating, is kind of how it's coming through. And and it's their energy is actually coming out here with the Fool and the Hermit, right? So it's like they're perhaps searching for something else with the Hermit, because of this guidance that they've received, perhaps, or just this understanding that they have now. And it feels like they're starting something new here with the crib. It says birth or conception of a child or enterprise, right? It kind of feels like they've found something else to focus on, whatever that is. I don't know if they're sharing that with you, or if it's like, I don't know if they're including this you in this thing. I don't know. I feel like it's not so much like, I feel like that's not even within your radar at the moment, because it's kind of like you're still focused on this two swords. Like, what do I do here? But anyways, because it kind of feels like for you, Cancer, you're playing kind of like this role of being in the middle here with the Five of Swords and the Queen of Swords, because if you notice here, like there's three people, right? One person with all of the swords here. This talks to me about an argument of some sort, right? This is the discord energy. There's some sort of discord that is causing a lot of change within this situation or this dynamic. And I feel like you're in the middle of it, Cancer. Sorry about that if that's true. But it's kind of like with the Queen of Swords, there's one person here, or perhaps this is just the dynamic between this situation now, where it's like communication is perhaps halted, or it's sharp is kind of how it's coming through. It's sharp. Somebody's, or multiple people in this situation are not open to communication, is what's coming through here with the Queen of Swords. So anyways, there's, again, your energy is here, right? I feel like your energy is in this Two of Swords. Not sure of what to do or how to take an action, because there are two opposing viewpoints in a situation that are directly conflicting one another. And you're in the middle of it, Cancer. I always see this Two of Swords, though, is that, like, even though there's a stalemate, you may be in between. One option feels a bit better, even if both feel even though both options feel kind of not good, is kind of how this is feeling. One feels slightly better for whatever reason. And I feel like you'll know what that is. It's just kind of like, perhaps making that decision is difficult, because what you have here is the broken bridge, right? Unsuccessful outcome to a problem. But to me, it's more so talking about, like, the bridge has been burned between these two individuals, or whatever this situation was. There's a bridge burned between two people or something like that. Which is interesting, though, is because it's coming out with the Success card after that. These two cards actually came out together. So perhaps you're seeing this outcome, this broken bridge, as being unsuccessful, right? It's feeling like, so this is if you're considering perhaps also leaving the situation here with the Five of Pentacles, because I feel like it's trying to, whatever this reading is, or whoever this other person's energy is, they may be actually trying to communicate to you what it is that they are seeing that is, like, telling them that this is not a good situation to be in. And they may be trying to, like, show you what might be the solution to the problem, because it's saying, especially if you're encountering any sort of quote unquote warning signs about, like, that are related to finances or your material abundance in some way, or the Ten of Pentacles kind of energy, right? It's kind of like it's already present. And so there's kind of like this energy of, like, the broken bridge and the Success card, where it's actually like, in order to find success, the solution is to break a bridge somewhere with whoever that is, right? It's one of these two for sure. You can't be stuck in the middle of this, is kind of how it's feeling. That's at least that is clear for you. It's like you can't be stuck in the middle of whatever this is, because that's not serving you. But it's kind of coming through with the energy of like at the especially with this card, beginning of Beauty and the Beast, right? I know this is so extreme, but especially with the bear card coming out, and the story that was coming through with this is kind of like the very beginning of Beauty and the Beast. There's a prince with this extremely abundant castle. I feel like that's this King of Wands, right? And it's kind of like somebody comes knocking on the door and asks for shelter or whatever, and the prince, I should say, says like, no, not like this, you're dressed in rags, that kind of thing, out of my sight, right? And then what happens is that because of that act of unkindness, the prince turns into a beast, right? That's the beginning of Beauty and the Beast. And I feel like Cancer, no, like it's not at all sort of like a judgment on you or anything like that. It's kind of like you're working in the castle, right? I feel like there's this like, and I feel like perhaps you also have a lot of love for whoever this prince is, whoever this King of Wands is representing, but it's kind of like this King of Wands has gotten themselves in a situation where perhaps will be receiving some form of difficulty in terms of like, it's kind of like they're losing their wealth or something like that, or they've made a bad decision or a bad investment in some form of their abundance, and because you work for them or you're in the castle in some way, or you care for them, or whatever it is, they're part of your team or crew or whatever, everybody in the castle is going to be affected by this decision, right? It's not just the prince that turned into the beast. All of the people who worked in the castle also turned into like an object, right? Like it was they became objects. They became like animated objects is basically what is coming through here. So it's kind of like perhaps there is this warning sign coming in of like, okay, you have a choice. You can absolutely stay in this castle, but it's kind of like your fate will be tied to them. Because they're the one making the decision is kind of how it's coming through. Somebody is making a decision and it's having an impact on you and your perhaps future in some way. So it's kind of like somebody's telling you, get out while you can, is what this is feeling like. Like, be on the outside of this. Don't be part of this thing, because I feel like it's like there's something here about there's a significant change coming for a King of Wands energy, whoever or whatever that is. It could just be like your job or something like that, or like the place of work or whatever it is. And it's kind of like there's an energy here saying like your future or your financial abundance or whatever is somehow tied to this group or this individual, and so their choices will trickle down onto you as well. It's a difficult message, Cancer, so use your discernment about whether or not this resonates with you and what decision you're going to make. There is no I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just trying to give you a new perspective on perhaps a situation that is causing resistance in some way in your life. Take it how you will. But it's kind of like there's perhaps a lot of hermit energy needed for you, because you have the hermit out again. So the hermit out twice, right? Like having to look inward for the solution, right? No one can tell you what to do in this situation. That's going to be a decision that's entirely your own. And be patient. I feel like there will be more that's like unfolded in the situation, but for now it's kind of like what I'm seeing is that success might actually look like a broken bridge. So I'm gonna leave the message there for you, Cancer. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. It helps so much. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.